Hi guys, welcome back to another update. Sorry about the squeaky chair. And as you can see, wait, everything's all silver. Yeah, I know. That's my Skype. Hello, Lazarus. What I did last night was I went ahead and I put a base coat down on the inside and outside. 1 second, guys. Jesus Christ, lads.
Right, and you would not let it go, you know. And Joey, again, I believe.
I'm trying to do a YouTube video, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. Just stay right there. I'm still recording, so you'll probably be in part 4 or 5. So anyway, guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. Now, the reason why I'm pushing ahead with this model build is simply because I had an accident where I was helping a friend change oil in his truck, and he asked me could I do, a tune-up on it. So I said yes, sure. And I grabbed some carburetor cleaner to clean out the throttle body to, tune up his airflow to gasoline mixture and whatnot. And the spray nozzle, I'll just use this as an example. The spray nozzle here had a crack in it and I didn't know it. And I was leaning over, literally like this. I leaned over to get into the throttle body, and as I pushed the needle, the carburetor cleaner went right into my right eye. And so it burns, it hurts like a son bitch. I rinsed my eye out the best I can, and so right now my right eye is all bloodshot and sore, which is why I'm trying to stay off the camera, because I look like someone sucker punched me in the eye, and it burns like a son bitch. So I did all of this with my left eye, which is actually my weakest eye, so bear with me. And let me explain where the P51 sits right now. I did, as you saw in the last update, the cockpit. Now this is our pilot. I've also I did the radio and on all the gauges and whatnot, so she's coming along nicely, very nicely. So the pilot and cockpit section is done with the exception of the gun sights. Now the gun sights that come with the kit aren't bad, but they're not. They're good, but they're not good enough for my liking. So I'm gonna scratch build me some gun sights. And instead of doing the plane on the ground, I decided to do it in motion. And how I did that was I dissected the legs, got rid of the running gear, and just used the outer plating and put the outer plating on, as you can see. Now, I know this, it's a bit rough in certain areas. The reason being is because that's the texture I wanted for the metal. I do plan on buffing it out a little bit more than it already is, but for now the wings are in just the right condition that I want. I want some of the wings dirty, some of the wings clean, so that works. As for the smaller pieces like the outer cockpit framing, the air inlet and cowl outlet, and the lower engine, the reason why these guys are more of a brighter tone than the rest of the plane is because these are the parts on a plane, especially the P51, that often got damaged the most, especially the inlets and outlets, mostly because the heat of the engine would actually burn up the aluminum and warp them, so they would often get replaced a lot in the field, especially the lower engineering cowling. This used to get mangled up quite a lot by the repair crews who are trying to, do a quick repair job to get the plane back into the skies. And the cockpit area, simply because a lot of German fighter pilots and a lot of Japanese fighter pilots would specifically aim just for the cockpit, or try to, which is why the cockpit on the P51D was actually quite heavily armored. Now, you guys are seeing everything but the propeller. Now, why is this? Because I'm doing the plane in motion, I haven't decided. Unlike the Corsair, where it's got a little pager motor in it, this one is going to be completely electronics free. So there's not going to be no motor in it. But a friend of mine, Dirk Pritchard, on the Google Plus forums, he has a nice way of making propellers look like they're in motion, and that's doing this number. You take a clear piece of plastic. To do this, what I did was I took my my Dremel, and I took my cutting disc. I took the disc off, as you can see. Took the clear plastic using a protractor to get the right diameter for the propellers. Found the center, you know, used an X-Acto to make a pinhole. Then took the screw from this, screwed it all the way through into the Dremel, so basically it looked like a huge plastic see-through cutting disc. Put it on my Dremel on a low speed, and then took some sandpaper, wedged it over into a C channel, and then grabbed it as it was spinning, and you scuff it up just nicely. And now if you actually look like with any light coming through it, it actually looks like it's in motion. And so this is the actual entire nose section of the plane that I'll do a quick rough construction for you, so you can see the fuselage all together just really roughly. And grab a paper clip, close peg, sorry, like so. We'll grab the front engine section and put her in like so. So now you can see a rough idea of what I've got going for it. Okay, of course the wings are over there, and I could do a dry fit for you just quickly on camera. Gonna have to get one of my gator clips. 1 second. And here we are. And now, of course, I won't glue in the engine or nose cone just yet, but you're getting a rough idea of what it's going to look like. As you can see, it looks just like the propeller is in motion. Okay, guys? It's a little quick tip. If you want, I'll do a demo on how to do this when I get my B17 and my B25 and my Lancasters. They're on order. They should be here very soon. Also, I added the structural rigidity cable. The P51 D5, which is what this is a remake of, had a structural strengthening cable going from the rear tail fuselage to behind the lower cockpit. So, yep, that's there. That's just a piece of cotton thread that I super glued in on one side. And a lot of people keep asking me, because I know in one of my videos I said never use super glue, and for some things, some delicate things, do not use super glue. For other things you can, like cotton, because cotton absorbs super glue, but the super glue didn't dry fast enough for my liking. So here's another quick tip for you. Take baking soda, put it on a little spoon, use a dab of super glue, then take your baking soda and you just sprinkle it on. What the baking soda does is it accelerates the glue. It's a kicker, basically. It kicks the glue, dries it out, and any excess glue gets dried immediately, so you don't get it on your fingers, and it doesn't, you know, mess up your beautiful paint job. So that's another quick tip there for you. And this is where the P51 sits, guys. She's going to sit here for a few more days while I'm waiting for the aluminum to skin over properly, because right now it's dry to the touch, but it's not permanently dry. As you can see, it is coming off on my fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to dry, and I'm probably going to hit it with a clear, then buff it a little bit, then hit it with another clear, and then finally actually get the fuselage together permanently without the canopy on. The canopy always goes on last. So if you ever mess up, you can easily just crack the model open again, start from scratch, and then I'll finally add the engine as the last piece. But this is where we're sitting on the P51 D5 Mustang, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, guys, from my bench to yours, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you on the far side. So as always, guys, peace and love and respect, and take care. I'll see you on the far side. See you in the next part.